Look, if life is coming at you a bit fast these days, if there is something that seems out of your control happening to you, you're overwhelmed, in pain, distressed, confused, here's what I want you to understand. It is not the situation that is going to wear you down the most. It is your resistance to the situation. Now, I need to put a disclaimer in here, because even though we are never in control in our life in the way that we'd like to be, we are always in charge. So if something's going on in your world and there is something that you can do to change it, if there is a conversation that you can have, if you can change your behavior, if you can be brave and courageous in some way, if you can take an action to change the situation and lead you to greater happiness, fulfillment, a more authentic way of living, then it is absolutely up to you to make those changes. But life has its own plans for us sometimes, and there are often times where what's happening to us seems totally out of control and there is no way for us to change it. And if you're in one of those times right now, here's what I want you to understand. You are in a riptide, and the best way to deal with what's happening to you is to learn from ocean safety. Here in New Zealand and Australia and other countries around the world, people are taught how to act if they get caught in a rip, in a tide that is pulling them out into the ocean and they're out of control. The thing that people try to do is swim back to shore against the riptide, and we all know that that is the worst possible thing to do. You cannot resist the riptide. What we now understand is that the rip will take you out to ocean. It will take you into unknown waters, somewhere where you feel uncomfortable and you can't put your feet on the ground. But if you just stay afloat, what will happen is the rip will bring you around and will deposit you back on the beach, somewhere different from where you expect to be, but still safe and with your feet on the ground. So, if you are caught in a riptide in your life at the moment, if you have situations and events coming at you that seem out of your control and that are pulling your world apart, here's what I want you to try to do. Stop resisting. Stop swimming back to the point on the shore that you think is right for you. All you have to do now is stay afloat. Do everything you can to tread water on a daily basis, because I promise you that riptide of life will eventually bring you around and back to safe ground. It's going to be different to what you expect. You're going to be somewhere other than where you wanted to be initially, but it is exactly where you will land, and it is where you are meant to be.